All right, we are live.
All right. Yeah, I think that's the line I'm supposed to replace, and then it seems like it should be working after that.
Okay, so we need to. Got it. Just a second. So we order the whole thing. So if you want to manipulate something, it will do like the movie. Rails were in way. Okay. Active record query interface. We get dot where. So whatever the parameter is. How do you define ratings? Okay. We'll have here. Okay. Right. Do we do you specify a name for the ratings column? Is it ratings or rating? Any idea?
It says important for grading purposes. Your form tag should have the ID ratings form, which I think we did. The form submit for filtering by rating should have an HTML element of ID rating submit, which I think we did. And then it says each checkbox should have an HTML element of ratings rating where the interpolated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just rating. I think to say rating. This was from Tom's ratings, and then we got keys from there. So
Is it or is it rating?
it's just singular because in HTML we defined it as rating singular.
Gotcha.
When you create the form, yeah. And we call it ratings. And it's a second. Key and value. Got it. We're looking for keys. And then we can maybe order whatever this returns. So doing this in 2 lines. Okay. Whoa.
Okay.
Did we okay? We selected PG and PG-13, so it works. Go back. Because you've selected nothing.
It said don't worry about that case, and we'd fix that in the third part.
Oh, okay. There was one more thing I read that when the user goes to the web page for the first time, every box should be checked. I don't know where I read that.
Yep. Says the first
Yeah,
time the user visits the
first
page,
time.
all checkboxes should be checked by default. For now, ignore the case when the user unchecks all checkboxes. You will get to this in the next part.
So I think we need to do this step. We need to show every checkbox is checked. Are we doing that?
Wasn't that the one in where we commented out last time?
Wait, what?
I thought we did something related to that.
Oh,
Wasn't it the checkbox tag in index? It's not a.
hmm.
Um,
If check rating and
Can't we reload the page like entirely to see if it does that by default?
I'm doing a hard refresh. It's not
how
working.
about terminate this one and just reopen a new one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
that's what I was saying.
oh, we're not supposed to do slash movies. Oh, but still says that. Okay. Undefined method keys for nil class. Oh, so we're supposed to do this only when the user checks something. We just put it out there with no control.
Did you
Oh,
actually
got it.
terminate the program?
Wait.
Because when you
Do we
did
really
it,
do that? Do you want me to terminate and then try again?
yeah, terminate completely, not
Because I think that'll make our default settings show up again.
No, I think I know what the problem is. The very reason we put this thing in there is like if the ratings are passed, we need to do this here, and then if the user didn't specify any ratings, then you just need to do this, what we were doing before. Yeah. You get it?
What was the line that you copy pasted?
This was the one that we were doing, and it was showing an error because the user hadn't selected any ratings because we were loading the page from blank. So I just pass it into this if block. So if the user specifies a rating, then we work on what ratings were selected. And if there's no rating specified, we just load all the movies with the order function in it.
That makes sense.
We were doing from before, yeah. So if we try doing this, PG-13, and yeah, it works.
Sweet.
This will give an error. Okay. What
Can you
happens?
check all of them again?
Oh, awesome. So we're not getting this error.
Wait, isn't that bad?
Oh, we kind of fixed it. I think this is what we're supposed to do in part 3.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked at it yet.
Let's just do this. Get R. I don't think it's going to work, but yeah, okay. This is part 3. We need to remember that we selected R. Let's check the document again. We need to deploy on Heroku. Complete, git push, Heroku master. Are you guys able to see the text in the terminal?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you see there is text, just a bit hard to read because it's naturally blurry.
I don't know why my zoom is at 90%. Just wait. Method not allowed. Thanks. Did I just...
Why didn't it?
I don't think the .git's supposed to be there.
Yeah. What? Can you log into Heroku and see what the link is?
I linked it earlier, actually,
Okay.
in the Google Hangouts chat.
Oh. Okay. We're able to sort.
Nice.
Great. Awesome. So we can move on to part 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we need to push. Oh, we did. Commander. All right. Remember the sorting and filtering settings. So we now click on movie title, release date headings, and see movies sorted by those columns and recommendations. Check boxes restrict the listings to movies only. We have preserved restfulness because the URI itself always contains parameters. Okay, we'll be using session. I Googled this before. So we're using, it's like Flash, except that once you set something in the session, it is remembered forever until you new to session with session clear or selectively delete text from with session, delete some key. Okay. Okay. So okay. And, uh, so we need to save whatever ratings the user clicked on in the sort of session variable of Rails. Oh. Is it?
So it says, if the user explicitly includes new sorting / filtering settings and params, the session will not override them. Instead, these new settings will be remembered in the session.
Okay.
We need to uncomment our session stuff.
But we have it?
Well, it's commented out, our session.
Where is it?
I mean, we didn't get far, but line 28 and 29.
Okay. All right, so let's do something. Where is it?
It says something about the index method is where we would be applying things from the session.
Come on. All right. Here we go. Okay, and I did this. Let's go back here. Wait, what the?
Oh, that's all the data from session, which we don't understand.
Wow. Okay.
Didn't we start to those last time?
Yeah.
If session is just used just like params, then we need to remember it whenever the user wants to specify readings. So we can what? So now we'll remember whatever we chose in session, and we can use this when we try to sort the movies. Okay. I don't know who's singing in my house. Just a second.
It's really no big deal.
I mean, I'm not sure if any my notes make sense, but since we have time, we can look at it.
You mean your comments there?
Yeah. They only partially make sense to me, so...
Session to keep things in, param loses it. Okay, something is param, add to session to be kept. We did that, and if in session, add it to params. If in session, wants to load it this time, add to params. Repeat for certain readings, redirect after changing params, otherwise change. Oh, it makes a lot of sense. So, okay. So we put stuff from params into session, and then you say if in session added to params. Okay. What was the flash thing that it kept talking about? To fix this, use flash cube. There's an important chronic HTML. Right before your additional redirect. Huh. So does it make sense if I do if sessions ratings outside of the previous if block? Because I mean, if you're going in there, the session ratings will be defined. Oh, I know why she said if in session, because when we refresh the page, this will be forgotten. So we need a separate if block for session ratings, I guess.
Sorry, it's not the best notes.
No, it really helps because let's try doing this. Have this add to params. Okay. And this one says slash keep. We don't really need to put it back into params rating because we can just call the same thing with session ratings. Yes, do flash keep. And then it says before you redirect, so we need to redirect to the movies page. What? Man. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
Okay. So we do a redirect to. How do you do a redirect to? We have okay. Why do we have two?
Is one movie's path and there's just a singular movie path?
Yeah, I think it is movies path because I don't know. Makes sense. And then we need to do something here. So when we movies and then we get this, and if I select a rating, it says rating. Okay. So I think it's something similar to this. This one says ratings. Okay. Okay. Do you think this is right?
Honestly, not sure.
I mean, we are providing the key value pairs that should show up in the URL, and it says ratings here. So it's a string, and then we specify what ratings we want. So I don't know, let's see if this works. So we need to give it the ratings that we have in our session. Just a second. Session is like the Flash, except that once you set something in a session, it is remembered forever until you nuke the session with session.clear or selectively delete things from it with session.delete some key. That way, in the index method, you can selectively apply the settings method, settings from the session. Of the appropriate param set. Okay. So we need to destroy it so it doesn't screw up the next time we want to change the readings. And this one, session delete. Where is it? Selectively delete things with some key. Was it? Session delete. Oh, fuck. Okay. Where was I? Session delete. Come on. And okay. You do sort with a sort by, right?
I think so.
What bracket am I? Okay. So this is a pair of key and values. So mm, we're calling param sort. Mm, come on, it's a string. This one. Okay. Here. I'm not sure what I did, but let's check. It should work.
And it looks like
So we have PG-13 and 2 movies. Why is it not? What? Okay. So at least it remembers that we wanted some ratings. It's not sorting it, but
I think
I'm
it's
calling sort wrong.
in the hints that if we did it wrong, it would break the sorting function. But I think that was correct too.
I think I did sort wrong because I got confused when I was. Uh, wait, when I go back. Oh, this is the different ratings. What the? I don't know. Obsession dot ratings. Redirect to movies path. Ratings. Can you see if I there's something wrong? Or
I mean, nothing is standing out to me as looking wrong. Although honestly, I don't have a great grasp of Ruby.
come on. Oh, rating. I was doing ratings. Should have thrown an error, but I don't know. Let's check. So now it forgets. Come on.
So all we're trying to do is remember, like if we go to a different web page and then come back, that it said it last time. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. So when we filter the ratings, we get these results. And now we want to sort these 4 results. So it's supposed to stay on this page, but it doesn't. PG and PG-13. This is what I selected before. Now I'll do G and PG. And I click on movie title. Okay, I think the way I'm doing the redirect is wrong, because it does capture that we want PG and G ratings in the URL. Right, what happens when I just select this? This one says rating equals 1 and rating PG equals 1. And this one says ratings equals 1 and ratings equals 1. Oh, so it is supposed to be ratings. I have no idea what's going wrong.
I'm also not very sure.
Why do you have the parentheses after redirect to and then another parentheses after movie's path?
I don't know. This is, we're just specifying what parameters we need to send when we are going to this page. And I think redirect to has parentheses. I think. Let me check it. It does have a parentheses. Wait, come on. Okay, so let's just go. I'll select G, hit refresh, and it says So we have ratings G equals 1. When I do a sort, sort equals title. Oh, it doesn't register the sort. Did you see that? So now we should have, okay. Something's wrong here. Come on.
Weird.
Yeah.
Does it have something to do with the if statement, maybe?
With what?
Does it have something to do with one of the if statements, maybe?
I guess. We have if movie where ratings keys and order, we have param sort. And we do session equals params. Then we redirect. Movies path. Session delete ratings. Okay, let's just see what happens when I just do this. What?
Uh-oh.
Directed here too many times. Okay. So no. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
I don't really understand why it's not working properly.
Yeah.
It did give a hint saying in part 2 that something like this could happen, though. Make sure you don't break the sorted column functionality you added previously. That is, sorting by column header should still work, and if the user then clicks movie title column header to sort the movie by title, the display's results should be sorted but do not need to be limited by the checked ratings. Oh wait, does that mean we are doing it right?
Where does it say that?
Isn't that exactly what we're doing? It says it in part 2, hints and caveats. That first paragraph right there. So maybe we just haven't fixed it yet in part 3. Because I think that's exactly what ours was doing, where if you clicked the sort, it would go back and add extra movies.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to do with this line.
Can we try getting rid of the parentheses for the redirect to, just make that a space in between redirect to movies path?
Oh, okay. All right. The redirect doesn't stay. Like it takes you back to the old URL. To this path. What? It worked.
I didn't even see what you changed.
Yeah, it was just colon sort by before, and then I replace it with sort because that's what we're using. Like if you go to our params, I don't know if it's still printing it, but it was saying sort if you want to sort it. Um, yeah, you see, it's just the stored string, and I was trying to do colon sort by. So there
Ah,
was no matching value against that key, so it was creating an issue.
gotcha. Okay.
So where this worked. So if I, okay, let's say everything is checked, everything, cool.
Nice.
And what did it say about everything being checked the first time you load it?
It said by default everything should be checked the first time you load it.
It was in part two.
Yeah, it said the first time you load the page, it should show everything. And then after that, if you uncheck something, it should not show that. And then it should remember that you unchecked something.
Oh, the first time the user visits the page, all checkboxes should be checked by default. So the user will see all movies. For now, ignore the case. You will get to this in the next part. So we're not doing that, right? If I just close this.
I think we have it by default set to do that, don't we?
Let's see.
We'd have to start fresh, though.
Oh, yeah, they are checked. Cool.
Nice.
All right, just one last check. Awesome. This is it, I guess.
I I think that's it.
So, yeah, you know this part, deploy to Heroku. Commit, git push, Heroku master. Okay. All right.
Yeah, going by the hints and caveats, I think we did everything correctly.
Great. Let's just check it on Heroku once, and then we can put it on AutoGrader and see what happens.
Sounds good.
And the link is in Hangouts.
Let's check it out.
Okay, these are not checked. I don't know.
Yeah, so the check boxes are not checked, but it's showing all the movies, which is kind
Yeah. I don't think this is a priority to show all boxes checked. We just needed to retrieve the right results.
I mean, you can submit it to the autograder multiple times, right?
Yeah.
We could always just submit it and see what it says.
What do you need to submit? Here we go. Okay. All right. We'll just stop broadcasting and then we'll see.
Okay.